Hey Scrubs and welcome to Scrub League. Aden and I are here today to introduce one of our new series, launching with our new Scrub League YouTube channel. Now, as we announced, we will be reporting, playing, and giving you everything you need to know about Heroes of the Storm and its competitive scene. I love this game and I've been playing since the beta, but for whatever reason, I have never been able to stay out of bronze when playing ranked, and it makes me really sad. So I've asked my co-hosts, who are a much higher rank than I am, to help me in my journey out of Bronze League. This series will be perfect for you if you love heroes and, like me, you want to see what it's like to compete in higher ranks, or you're new and you want to have a better understanding of the characters, roles, and strategies of the game. And you'll be able to laugh as I inevitably frustrate Aden with my shenanigans, and he tries to instruct me in the finer points of gameplay, builds, and other strategy elements. So stay tuned and wish me and my trusty coach luck as I attempt to get good. So Aden, what are we doing today?
Well, today I thought we'd start off with one of my favorites, Azmodan. Some of you may have seen him featured in my little intro video. He's surprisingly versatile, one of the reasons why I love him. He's a specialist who really excels at split pushing and keeping lanes pushed out while your opponents and team fight over objectives and things like that.
Alrighty, I have played Azmodan a little bit, but I don't have a lot of experience with him, so this should be fun for both of us. What would be your ideal Azmodan map?
Volskaya, 100%. It's his best map right now. It's insanely strong to have an Azmodan on the map. The objectives tend to last incredibly long if the teams are in any way competent. So Azmodan can just position himself so where he can, throw a Q in there every now and then if he needs to, but he can easily keep 2 lanes pushed out, 3 if you're doing it right. And really, even if, as we've seen a couple times when we've played Volskaya and I'm playing Azmodan, sometimes you come out on top even if your team doesn't win the objective, as long as it took long enough for you to make a huge impact while it was going.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I've noticed with Volskaya, I love that map, I love the idea, but the actual objective that you do doesn't seem to have big enough impact to want to chase it all the time. Like, I feel like if you have that pushing power already, you just need a good defense if they get the mech. You know what I mean? Like, you don't necessarily need to get it all the time.
Yeah, it does feel like it could use a little bit of tweaking, because at this point, I don't know, the mech just seems really easy to just burn down with your team to where it doesn't matter. And I don't know, sometimes it just seems like, yeah, maybe if you wanted to be kind of cheeky and fun, you could just push all 3 lanes with your team while the other team goes for the objective. And even if you take down 1 fort, maybe 2, if you then coordinate and don't all get killed, you can easily destroy the mech before they take out even 1 fort in retaliation. So, I don't know. Could use a little bit of tweaking.
The same level 1 talent?
Well, do you want to try out the globe still? I mean, this is a decent globe map, or do you want to go for the laser this time? What are you feeling?
Let's try the laser. I feel like the laser will be fun.
All right, so yeah, every time you see the laser talent, a laser talent available, grab it.
Okay, Master of Destruction it is.
The laser build is surprisingly strong and really fun. It just requires a little bit more... I don't know what to call it, but you need to be aware of what you're doing because you need to get closer to make your powerful ability impactful. So, go in and then don't die is really the name of the game.
This is going to be a struggle for me.
This is going to be the one where you maybe have double-digit deaths, yeah.
And he says that with love every time.
Yeah, sure. There is also a Chromie on the enemy team, so, this is just going to be terrible. Oh, and she's getting the snipes, too. This is going to be awful for everyone. But yeah, this level 1 talent is the one where every now and then you'll it feels like it's just completely impossible to escape the Azmodan laser. This build is why.
And if you guys remember in Aiden's intro video, he just really made this Nazebo's day horrible by using the laser on him. He
Yeah.
just wanted to walk into your laser, and that's what he wanted to do that day.
He like, seemed to enjoy the laser for a little while. He didn't want to leave. I don't blame him. The laser's really fun. It's a good time. Alright, so in this case, you've got your D up and mid is basically unoccupied, so when you get a free moment, we're going to throw the D in mid and make an impact there. Also, a good shortcut to remember is if you hit space, you teleport back to your camera, back to your player, or rather your character.
That is a good tip.
So I assume you grabbed the second laser talent there.
I did.
All right. Important thing to note with the laser is it does take time for the extra distance to build up. So it's something you need to like drop and then move into them so that they can't just, because if you do it just at max range, they will just hop out of it and make you sad.
Yeah, Chromie just was kind of laughing at me there, I think.
Yeah, she was having a field day. Plus there was a tracer just putting rounds into your large target. So what are you going to do? This is one of the more difficult builds to master, if only because you really need to make sure you go in at the right moment, move out at the right moment. You don't have the luxury of just throwing cues from across the map.
Right. So, okay, what would you do at this point if I've got a guy up here with a tracer chasing him. I've got some teammates down bot. Where would you be going at this point?
Well, bottom is definitely looking rough. What I would do probably is before I come down, we're already here. But before I go down, take a look at what the defenses actually look like. Is there a wall to hide behind? That is a significant thing for Azmodan. Because if they get a minion wave to come in and they can just push right up to the core, basically like this, then, Azmodan's going to have a bad day. So in a situation like that, maybe cue the minion wave from probably halfway between lanes is what he could reach at this point. And then just sit in mid, keep pushing it out. That's where Azmodan's strength lies. And at this level, we get the wonderful increased movement speed on our E.
Oh, and look, I have a nuke.
And we have a nuke. We also have a thrall who wants to be our friend. And a Jaina having a really bad day. But thrall is overextending into your laser.
That felt really good. It was really easy, but it felt good.
It was very easy, but you earned it. Or rather, he handed it to you. Either way,
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, we got our D up, drop D up top. As soon as we clear this bottom wave, we can just go up with the minions, drop the nuke, and get... Oh, never mind. Chromie is making an appearance, apparently.
No, yeah, Chromie, bad Chromie.
There's our friend. And now you're going to have a fun time getting chased by Junkrat.
Junkrat, buddy. Leave me alone.
There we go. I think he broke off. And you have a Gul'dan back up here. Yeah, so drop your nuke on that puppy. And then get the hell out of Dodge.
Oh, this does not look good for me.
Oh, this is where you go down dropping your E, I think. Laser someone and hope for the best. Get those heals. Sweet, sweet heals. Yeah, Tracer made an appearance too. You're not getting out of that one, I'm sorry.
So now that we are going laser build instead of our gold build. I'm assuming demonic invasion would be my pick here.
Well, it depends actually. Both of these can be good in the right circumstance. Blackpool is still pretty good with laser. However, in this case, because normally you're probably going to be dropping your laser and then either moving back or chasing someone down with it, the pool doesn't really benefit you because you want to sit in it and just kill a stationary target. The demonic invasion will really combo well with nukes in that you can just completely burn the ammo of the towers and forts that you go after, and then you can waddle right up with a nuke. And I think your opponents are going to steal this one, unless. Oh, good night. And Thrall self-healing lets him finish that fight with more health than when he started. Well, at least now that you've built laser build, you can easily take out this golem. Or not golem, boss. Yeah, with Gul'dan's help, you should be able to handle this, no problem. So you get to just cower behind your wall and laser it, and not stand in roots. Or pools of death. So look at that beautiful laser range. I want to believe that you dunked on that Chromie on purpose.
I did. I totally did.
But I feel like she wasn't actually on screen at that moment, so it might have just been a guess. And don't be afraid to use your E on a minion either. Like these siege minions, they're annoyingly healthy.
Kobe!
Sure, we'll count that as a Kobe. Why not?
It ended in a death.
It ended in a death from 5 feet away. But yeah, sure, Kobe. Oh, I believe you can laser this Tracer. Oh no, right, she can just E out of it. Damn you, Tracer.
Ruining my fun.
You did almost get her, too. If she doesn't have her E off cooldown, then your laser will pretty much annihilate her entire life. So this is a Tracer you're going to have to outplay. Also, yeah, when you have Mercs up, always drop your D on that wave. Buffing the Mercs that you get is how you win, really.
Okay, so
at this level, I normally get Sin for Sin because you can use it while you're using your laser, and it gives him, on top of the laser healing, it gives him even more self heal. So it's still not an escape, but it's sustain at the very least. Oh. Oh, you didn't lead the target. See, number one lesson, you gotta aim where they're gonna be, not where they are. Like that Nova apparently just did. Oh, you saw that one coming. That would have been a hit though.
That would have been a hit. Story of my life.
Alright, well, let's go grab a siege camp. We can grab our siege camp pretty easily. And then you can buff that wave with your D. Laser build is just so great at getting camps. They basically can't hurt you. because of all your self healing. And don't forget, you have a 1 key now. So if you go up against generally someone high health, is someone good to use that on. It won't do a ton against, Chromie or Tracer. Or even Junkrat. This team is very squishy. But if you go up against Garrosh, you get a bunch of health out of it. It'll suck 10% of theirs and give you double that.
Or nope.
Or you'll just pop. One of those.
Alright, what do I want at 20 here?
Right. Really, you have 2 good options. You could get both of the Storm and just be boring. But the Exploding Grunts is pretty good. Or on a map like this and Volskaya, I tend to go for Forced Recruitment. Because right now, what's going to win is superior pushing. Because this team is steamrolling us at every fight. All right, so we've got 2 charges of our D now. So basically, like 200% uptime currently. So yeah, bottom wave, and I guess top. They're about to get a boss in that way or that lane, so it's not gonna be great. But
okay, so I just used them both bot. So next time I'll put you. Do you always want to put them in 2 separate lanes?
As far as I know, their aura doesn't stack, so putting it in 2 separate lanes is your best option. All right, yeah. So we're gonna get bruisers here, and that'll be a great target for another D. Bottom wave is pushing right to core, so that's a good D target as well.
So basically what you want to do is do things that will help you use your D, essentially. Like things that you can put your D on, things that'll help.
Well deserved, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Just look for your best alternatives or options for dropping your D. Good rule of thumb is try to use it as a force multiplier rather than a turret polisher. So if you have a really big wave that's pushing strong, or you have mercs in a wave, drop your D on them. If you have a wave of 1 minion that's left going up against a full enemy wave, don't waste your D on it. Alright, so yeah, catapult is a great target for it, especially cluster 3 catapults. That's going to be brutal. Hopefully they don't pay attention to that bottom wave, because 3 buffed Azmodan catapults will just put holes in a keep. And so look at this. Like, enemy team has done... Let's face it, they've done better in team fights and everything, but we're still ahead on real estate because, our team's been getting minions or mercs, and we've been pushing out really hard. Azmodan Ds make a significant difference.
And I'm having a bit more fun with him now that I'm understanding that I can't just rush in and be part of the team fight. Like, I can still be part of the team fight, but not in... It's a completely different way.
Yeah, it varies a little bit based on build, but generally, yeah, he's part of the team fight from a distance. When things are at the point where he won't just get bum rushed if he does go in, he can then go in with his laser and be a fun guy. But you don't want to be there right on the front lines at the very beginning, because someone like Tracer will just run circles around you and have a field day.
Okay, let's get this nuke and not forget that we have it. Although it looks like we may not even need it.
You may not even need it, and if you did have it, if you forget to drop it on the core, then this series is pointless. There's nothing I can do for you. Yeah, you did good that round. Just really the most significant thing you can do is just try to keep as close to 100% uptime on your D as much as possible. If it doesn't get killed by an enemy, then the duration of the General of Hell is the same as the cooldown. So it is theoretically possible to keep it always up.
And just as a quick little tip, I did notice it's really small and really quick, but pressing spacebar really helps.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the most important things as Azmodan. Just it's really minor, but it shaves valuable seconds off of just trying to fumble and find yourself again on the mini map. You can just click where you want to look, put down your D, hit spacebar, you're back.
Alright, so now it's time to learn the finer points of dunking.
I expect at least one off-screen Kobe this round. This will be actually, if this makes it to 20, this will be a great map for the General of Hell talent at 20. You don't need to make a choice about which lane to put your D into if there's only 2 lanes.
Okay, so Taste for Blood or Sieging Wrath?
Sieging Wrath. The range bonus is just too good to pass up. Plus, I don't know, I prefer having a flat damage bonus for completing quests rather than having to rely on like hitting minions with it and then having them die shortly after you hit them. Hey, actually, Abathur will be a great hero on the enemy team for landing some sweet, sweet dunks. If you can figure out where he is and just nuke him, that's what I want to see. So basically, your best option here is just finish your Q quest as fast as humanly possible, so that you can start being super significant and actually threatening Abathur. Because we know where he is. He's up top lane. Your Q has a big enough radius that you can probably fish for him pretty efficiently. All we really need to do is get a visual on where his little locust comes out. So it came out towards the top of that gate, so he's definitely like hiding behind probably that northern wall. So once we finish this Q quest, we're basically just going to start lobbing Qs at where Abathur is sitting, especially once we get Blackpool. I'm not exactly mathematically sure on how big his health pool is, but not big is the finer point of it, I believe.
Alrighty, so I'm going to be taking... There's no... Go up to...
Yeah, we're going to go Army of Hell just to be a little bit more mana efficient.
Now, can I get camps by myself at this point?
Not yet, but soon. Basically, as soon as you hit 10, you're very, very good at getting camps by yourself, because Blackpool will do most of the work for you. Especially if you use your W minions to help you, because they get buffed by the Blackpool. I mean, I'm sure you could get a camp at this level by yourself. It's not very good.
Warfire.
And yeah, that's that fountain actually reminds me. When you're playing globe build with Azmodan, don't be afraid to just grab a fountain for mana. It's even if your health is almost full, it's worth it. Also, don't forget your D. So much downtime. Bottom probably doesn't really need it. Yeah, you might as well just buff your top wave, because it does help out your W minions as well. I'm assuming Abathur is moved by now, but would have loved to see if I was right about his hiding place.
Alright, so we're going with...
Gonna get the one that helps you get those sweet nukes or the dunks that I know you're gonna get.
This one here. Infernal
Yep.
Glow.
Yep, you're gonna get dunks. You're gonna Kobe some fools. I know it. You just gotta take this time that they're in lane with us to finish that quest.
I need to be able to throw it a little farther there, I think.
Yeah, the talent we just got helps, but yeah, you still need to lead them a little bit. You have to think like a sniper,
A
basically.
really big, slow sniper.
Yeah, and you're sniping them with giant fireballs. So look at that. That was a perfect dunk. You got him right in the middle of the globe. That was primo. So just do that for the rest of the game. And you immediately didn't do that. So we have a problem. Come on, Valera, I believe. There we go. That's a Kobe. Also important to remember, Azmodan's laser has increased damage against buildings.
Yep,
So it is a
he's gonna get the
very
hell
good
out.
talent, or very good ability for pushing lanes.
What ult do we want? Do we want Blackpool then?
Well, we're going for Kobe's, so we're gonna get Blackpool. Now remember, what's the magical combo?
Alt Q, or yeah, no, Alt R, and then Q.
Correct. Because if you Alt Q, you throw a globe at your feet. And don't be afraid to use your ult to capture this camp either, because it's only like what, a 40-second cooldown, I think, and you get 2 charges of it, and it just helps. Also, probably want to make sure you're not standing in enemy sight while getting the camp.
Fair play, fair play.
Also significant. Lonely Jesus now got that camp. Alright, so looks like your team is responding top pretty well, so let's just go bottom and make sure it doesn't get pushed in while they're dealing with that. Yeah, enemy team I think is running away at this point. Or Abathur is killing Medivh somehow. Let's assume mines.
Okay, so I just made a mistake there, I think, where I just pressed Alt R, but my Q wasn't up, so that's also a thing.
Yeah, the Q cooldown is almost oppressively long, so always make sure your R is down first, and then you can throw those sweet bombs. Alright, don't forget to D bottom wave and then go deal with top. Also good to note, you can use your D while mounted.
Oh, that is good to know, actually, because I would not have assumed that.
Alright, careful they're pushing in with those 2 camps. Ugh. Well, we're gonna get some triples here, hopefully. There you go. Land enough triples, your quest will be done. Oh, you did it again.
What did I do?
Threw down the black pool without your Q on cooldown, or off cooldown. Sam.
Sorry, Aden. Right, okay, so we want Globe of Annihilation, reduce mana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he mana.
You know what we want. He is hangry for mana. Alright, looks like we're just going on a minion sweep. Which, or a merc sweep. Or we're gonna run into a battle. Oh. That was weird.
Definitely did not mean to go through that. Teleporter.
That is a danger I find with Medivh sometimes. It can get kind of annoying accidentally going through his portals. It's not as convenient to have those portals when you don't want them. Alright, this perfect chance to Kobe that Morales. Oh, she's gone. That's one of the things I mean when I say, like, just I almost spend more time not looking at Azmodan. Because whenever I see someone really low health, I just start following them and mentally kind of calculating, where they're going to be at any given point. and then try to launch my Q off screen into the fog of war to try and catch them. And it often works. Buffed siege minions, I think, is probably my favorite thing about Azmodan. Except when Li Ming shows up and ruins the party. Ooh. God, chunking Morales' health is beautiful.
I might be a little far ahead right now.
I could feel the Azmodan bloodlust. It's a thing. Do you have camera lock on?
I think I do.
That is one thing that it pays to, yeah. It pays to have that turned off with Azmodan. Alright, D is almost up and top wave is pushing pretty far. So perfect opportunity.
And you guys that are watching, definitely feel free to comment on our videos, and if there's a question that you still have or something that we missed or something that was really helpful, just let us know in the comments and we'll definitely try and include it in the next video.
Sam, you did it again. The combo is Alt R Q, not Q Alt R. Sam.
Damn it. So I'm definitely not wanting to try and engage with these guys.
Yeah, no, Kerrigan will ruin your life. Basically, your best bet here is to just keep constant pressure on Morales just by bombing the shit out of her every time you see her. Because she does not have self-sustain. So if you just keep plopping her head in with big old Qs, she's going to have to back off. And that, in turn, doesn't let Kerrigan play as far forward because the thing just constantly streaming her health is pushing back. Oh god.
Run!
Oh god.
We're gonna Sir Robin our way out of here. And go back to core, because I don't like the looks of this.
Oh, that's about to be 3 catapults.
Your core is under attack, heroes.
But we have, again, another 82 skull golem. So, yeah, you and Nazebo are gonna beat this golem down. That was some stellar positioning. Don't be afraid to use your ult to buff your laser on the boss either. It won't last the full duration of his health bar, obviously, but
Oh, please, Morales.
oh, she's just gonna give you this laser kill. Oh, stolen. Okay, perfect time for a Kobe, I believe. No!
That so would have been mine.
The real sniper stole your snipe.
Dust to dust.
Alright, so do we want forced recruitment again, or do we want to buff our black pool?
I don't think slowing attacks will give us a whole lot right now. We've got quite a bit of chase in Valera already. So we might as well just get the forced recruitment and just keep both waves pretty well pushed.
I'm just gonna grab this camp while my team goes in the mines again, if they decide to go in there.
What's the time left on top camp? Cool. Yeah, grab this camp and then grab top camp. Keep a D on both lanes.
Oh, I put in the same one.
Well, just manually clear that wave bottom then. Just make sure we regain some presence. Also, don't let that catapult push in because catapults are the worst.
How many games where we thought we were pushing forward after losing a bit, and then we realized a catapult went back and finished off our core?
Too many to count. Catapults have sneakily won or lost games really more times than I can even remember. Okay, really quick when you're safe, drop a D bottom on those mercs. And now murder. Die, Morales. Oh my god, she's almost dead. Oh.
Sorry for the wonky camera angles there, guys. I'm still getting the hang of this. And I mostly keep my camera lock on, although for this character I can definitely see the benefit in keeping it off.
It does take some getting used to. But it feels really good for Azmodan once you do get used to having it off.
Not making the board again, but I feel pretty good about making at least one really sweet Kobe. So guys, I think what I've learned here is definitely, if you have a bloodlust where you definitely want to jump into fights, you will need to tame that, because as you saw through most of the game, I was not directly involved in most of the team fights, and mostly just concentrating on keeping that D as much as I can, and pushing camps and pushing lanes as much as physically possible, and not even going into the mines. That's something I'm not used to either. On a map like Haunted Mines, not going after that objective and just focusing on your personal objective of keeping your lanes pushed. But this was definitely a fun character to play, and now that I understand him a bit more, I definitely had a bit more fun with him. Blackpool was always a little intimidating for me because I like to move around a lot, and I found that I was not able to make use of it. But again, with Aden's patience, most of the time, it is definitely easier to kind of get used to his abilities. Again, let us know in the comments if there's something that you'd like to know about Azmodan, and Aden will be sure to let you know. And like us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram if you want to give us any other updates or give us any other feedback. So we will see you for our next episode when I again attempt to get good.